let's talk to Fari, and we'll see what Fari wants to talk to. There he is. Fari Hamzei, how you doing? How's the big Chi-town this morning?
Yeah, it's a perfect temperature. Just got about an hour ago, took a quick shower, walked out to nearby S-Block. There's like 4 of them around the corner. Soon you need the yellow pages for them. And it's about 45 degrees, but feels great. And so come back fresh, coffee in the hand, look at the charts, and ready for the big show.
And we're ready for your thoughts and comments on Netflix, because we are going to get the Netflix report here after the bell. NFLX has had a couple of upgrades here the last few days. We've had Citigroup giving it some love. Goldman had some comments. UBS gave it an upgrade the other day. What are your thoughts here on Netflix? First of all, has the stock ran too far ahead of the earnings report? Because I know that's something you watch as well, and it's something I watch too. And secondly, how are you playing it?
So you want me to leak out what our trade is going to be for our members?
That's what we
you guys for free. That's what you want, right? Yeah. That's basically what you want. Murray, you like my friend Murray. Okay, no worries.
We need some shekels here. We need some shekels.
Well, I posted one on Intel yesterday for you guys. Well, after the close, of course.
We appreciate that. And we appreciate
it was after the close, though. Okay. But here, without getting into... First of all, I haven't studied too much, okay? I usually don't do because it's a little bit too early. But I do around noonish. I go full force. I mean, I shut off all futures and stay with the few names I want to look at. But excuse me. Notable is that the last 2 weeks, yes. If you look at the weekly chart, why is this thing moving like this before the earnings? So, and as you know, the wirehouse bulls are always last to the party. They always are. Yeah, that's what they are. That's what we call them, wirehouse bulls. Most likely I will take a slight short position. This thing always gets juiced up into the earnings, and always traders lose money afterward if you're long. So, I don't know what they've done differently, but I have to research it. Chart-wise, near all-time high.
Yeah. So that's...
I don't know if I want to get any bullish here. Month ago maybe. Month ago, yes, but this is. But I wouldn't sit with a volatile stock this far on 1 month ahead of the earnings. Now, there's one other angle you can play here. Okay, you can put a second trade on as a lotto. That's a trade nobody wants to get in.
Where would you be looking for the lotto trade?
On the upside, I would take a sure bet side on the downside, and a lotto on the upside.
So
Murray, I want to hedge my position.
Can you spell this trade out for us? We have some new options. For
no. You don't pay enough, young lady. You're not that cute. You're not blonde. You're not that tall. Okay? And you're not paying enough. So, no, the way it works like this, I don't know it right now. I'll be more than happy. What I've done before with you guys, with you and Joel, more than happy to send it to you guys live. How's that?
Excellent.
Just don't put it on Twitter.
Okay, so
here's the problem with no, don't put it on to no, of course not. Please. Here's the problem. Let me tell you why. The lotto trades, by definition, is the ones that your knees are shaking. Nobody wants to take them. Okay, it's not an easy trade. Therefore, the liquidity up there is not very good. All right, I don't want your crowd to crowd out because I said so. Crowd out my trade. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah. I mean, look, I put $300 on Google, got 11 grand out of it.
That's
12 minutes later.
I like that.
Yeah, but there were no more than 90 contracts traded. Okay, there were very few contracts traded at that point. So it is I need a sucker on the other side. There may not be enough suckers on the other side if everybody shoves in on my side. You see my point?
I am going to tell you. It's
simple. Because I could have a trade for you in concept. It is not that. It has to get executed. I need the sucker on the other side. If the sucker doesn't show up, it's only just as an exercise on paper.
I'm just pricing out some. I'm pricing out some of these option premiums here on Netflix, and it's pretty crazy. First of all, the straddle's $45, so that's what they're pricing in for a move. So the straddle is big.
That's 10% of the stock.
Yeah, it seems pretty crazy to me. It seems like a lot of premium here. If you really want to play lotto style, look, the 520s are going for $8. This was obviously options aren't trading this morning, but as of yesterday, they were closing at $8. The 550s Or it's still got premium at $3.25 here. So some people really have the premium jacked high in this Netflix. I almost wonder if you should be a premium seller on this one.
But that's what my other trade is. Think about it.
Yeah.
That's the other trade is really yeah. But you want to sell. Here's a problem. If you want to, you said 520. Were you looking at 520? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, I was looking at the 520 calls $8.
That's it. Okay, that's a 2 sigma weekly. This is what I'm going to bring to your attention.
Yep.
Dennis, 2 sigma weekly. You sell that baby, and if it takes off, you're toast.
You're toast. So
If there's any issue, because that's so high up, if it takes off, it really will take off.
Yeah.
And you're toast. You won't have a prayer. You may have to convert.
What about the straddle at $45? Is that something you'd be interested in selling?
No. I like a little more short thing. A straddle is just too expensive, and it's more chance of being wrong.
Yeah, I know.
You want to sell it, Murray?
Yeah.
How much you have to put up? See, you have to put up quite a bit to sell it, don't you?
Well,
See, remember, I run a service. I have to run it with it. Our unit size of capital is $25,000. So orders I send out has to be fit in the $25,000 per unit. Okay, so if I say buy 3 and the guy runs $75,000, he buys 9. Now, I have a bunch of other traders running. I'm in Intel, I'm in SPY, I'm in Twitter, I'm in Apple. The number of names I'm already running. So I need to be diversified. It's one thing to run your own account. One thing is to manage money for others through a service. So I have to be responsible. Obviously, I can't go and tie up too much of a margin money for one trade, especially something crazy like Netflix. The last 3 trades with Netflix, I've lost money. I don't like these guys.
What about
my sister gave me a lot of money, but she stayed cash, so just a stock. But she never sells. So.
What about Intel? You just mentioned that you were in Intel. You made some trades here. It's traded 600,000 shares this morning.
We did 20 contracts per account, which we usually don't do that, but we did because it was cheap. We did a calendar spread, so we sold the April's and bought the May.
What's
and we should make double our money, a little bit more, and we'll sell it today or tomorrow. Boom, done. Thank you.
So playing right off that earnings. So you're liking this dollar pop in Intel?
Well, because everybody was so negative, and they had already warned.
Yeah, I thought.
Remember what I do? Well, I do put call ratios. What is put call ratios? Sentiment. I've been reading tea leaves since I was a kid. That's my job, to read tea leaves. When everybody is so worried about something, it's flushed out. I'm going to take the other side.
Garrett and I have been talking about the financials here all day. We had Bank of America report here this morning. We had Wells and JP Morgan report yesterday. Tomorrow we're going to get Citigroup and Goldman Sachs. Are you playing the Citigroup?
I'll play
Goldman
Goldman.
Sachs? You're going to
play Goldman. Forget Citi. Citi and BAC I don't touch. Go to the toilet. I will play Goldman. I love those guys. Sharp traders. Kind of edgy and a few shady ones here and there, like the Abacus guy. But that's, the barrel itself has got a lot of good apples in it. Let me put it this way. Always look at the bright side. JP Morgan, we hit that one we hit on the nail too. Actually, we made it a little bit better than I expected on JP Morgan. But I'll play Goldman. Let me bring up Goldman. I'm not an XLF guy, so I won't pay attention too much to XLF. But it's good, as a trade, as an option trades. These ETFs, sometimes you don't have a lot of liquidity.
It's too boring, the XLF. But Goldman, I like trading too. So
yeah,
I want to get your thoughts here on Goldman, as it actually made a new high on the move here yesterday. So obviously they bought it up a little bit ahead of the report here, probably piggybacking off the decent JP Morgan report. You think this thing can get above 200 and take it out on the report?
Yeah, I may just buy some 200 calls. Yeah, outright. Yeah, 200 is exactly 3 sigma, kind of edgy, but that's Goldman. I made a lot of money in 2008 with Goldman, both up and down. I love Goldman. It's a great. Bulge bracket brokerage play. I would probably play a 200 to 208, 205, 200 to 205, 200 to 210 kind of a spread. Weeklies are 208. Remember, I've said it before. Goldman is going to trade in 240 area soon. That's their all-time high. They're going to go back up there. Okay.
You're a Goldman fan.
I remember. Pardon me.
You're a Goldman fan.
Yeah, I mean, look, one of the things I want them to do is get out of the commodity stuff they're in. And I think Michael is also doing it to Morgan Stanley. These guys have no business playing around with commodities the way they do because of sheer size. First of all, they can crowd out everybody else, and if something goes wrong, they can sink the bank. That's why we need Glass-Steagall's back. The problem is Greenspan, Clinton, Rubin, and Larry Summers. By removing Glass-Steagall, after one of the last acts that was done by Clinton, legislation that got passed during Clinton, is that we opened the room for the financial disaster in 2008. Of course, things grew very slowly. Nobody could see that. I was complaining back then in LA about it to financial talks and so forth, saying we have no business merging these two. We really need that back in so that, in effect, to some extent, Dodd-Frank is doing that, okay, in a different name, but maybe because I want to, preserve the not so innocent like Clinton. But the point is, now it's Dodd-Frank, and we got to get there. We got to clean house. I'm glad to see Morgan Stanley selling their oil business. I mean, they're about to look for another third round now, of selling their oil storage. By the way, see where the oil is going?
Yeah, oil moving up here. It keeps continuing to move.
What did I say about storage? What did I say about the storage on your program? I said April, May, we're going to start running out of the storage on Cushing, Oklahoma, which one of your compadres says Pushing. I said, no, Cushing. So that's about to happen. When the space is running out, they have to cut back, because if independent drillers drill it out, they want to sell it. Okay, where's the buyer going to store it? If the buyer can't store it, why would they buy it? Also, look at NFP. 11,000 people down in March in oil and mining. So again, the footprint is there for gradual depression or recession in key states that are they brought the economy back, like Texas.
So you're outlining a scenario where you think oil prices could potentially go higher here then, Fari?
It's likely, yes. At least 60.
You're thinking 60?
That should be a 60, which should be a support. The support that was broken should be the resistance. Should be resistance now. And and also, we should also see a lower non-farm. Yeah. Uh-huh. And double whammo. You're also increasing oil prices. So, retail sales will slow down a little bit. We got a good one now, but wait until we get past May. Let's look at retail sales in June. You'll see what I'm talking about.
A couple other stocks that I wanted to focus on here. One that's been quiet the last couple of days after a pretty strong move up is Tesla. And it's just kind of had a little pullback here the last couple of days, TSLA. I want to get your thoughts here, because we've asked quite a few people here.
Dennis, you want another free one. You must be hanging out with Murray. Did you convert it? Well, you want another free one. Wait a second. Some of these names
picking
are
your brain, Fari. We got you on for 15 minutes. Yeah. We're gonna grab as many tips from you as we possibly can. And I've heard both sides of the story here on Tesla. Some people think obviously valuation.
I'm getting bullish on Tesla.
You are.
I'm getting bullish. I would be a buyer around 200.
So pulling back.
Well, I'm a little bit. It's right now 207.50. Yeah, I wanted to drift down a little bit lower. We're at the critical CI readings here, so I want to make sure this is not head fake. A little bit lower. When do they report?
Tesla, Brent, Garrett, do you know when Tesla reports?
I'll look for you guys.
Because I don't want to get in the day before. You got to watch. Always that's all your last checklist as you go through launch mode. You're in launch. Yeah, but you're in launch mode. We go through our checklist with my team. That's one of the things. What is a confirm? We go to earningswhisper.com. Make sure the date was confirmed.
I'm seeing May 6th.
Okay, May 6th. Okay, then we can play. We have a lot of time to play. Thank you. I would be a player around 200. 198 is, and I'm not being specific because this is the reason. 198 is 20 bar, which is 0.6. 202 is 50 bar. Those two are going to get close to the way we're reacting here. 200 bar is a slightly lower slope. That's not going to change much. So there's a chance to pull back as it pulls, because we already had a good run. Now it's on the other cycle. As it pulls back, it's called what we call Vitas failure. if it pauses there's bid there. I want to be with that bid, and then I go up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does actually, and this is one that I've looked at here too. Same thing. I'm thinking it's pulled back. Everybody hated this thing a week and a half ago, and then it's got some love there. Comments obviously from that they were selling a few more cars than expected here. I was driving just on the road trip there a couple weeks ago, and I actually stopped to fill up gas, and right on the side was 8 of those supercharger Tesla pumps, and I was like, wow. They're actually popping up with these Tesla pumps here in different places. So they are putting the infrastructure here in to sell some more cars. So as the prices come down, I think it will start appealing to broad market there too. So they're interesting cars there. Fari, before we let you go, need the overall thoughts on the market here because we got the S&P futures trading only about 15 points off of its all-time high. What are your thoughts here? Are we going to take this all-time high out during earnings season here and propel to new highs?
Given the QE we have globally and negative interest rates, this is a very, very tough trading market because the only trade is to stay long, right? And buy the dips. That's it. Stay long and buy the dips. Yesterday was a very good example. We had a drop day before. Yesterday we went down to 0 sig and 50 bar. We tested that, and then we have a hammer. The candlestick configuration is hammer. So if you put it in that context, the next stop is new high. And I can see the frustration. A lot of people are very frustrated on Twitter. Twitter is the greatest thing ever created, I'll tell you, for sentiment reading, because you see all these wannabes making these comments, and you make a comment, and you see also the other side, the pros being kind of quiet, or every once in a while making a key comment. But you look at this, my feeling is, new highs is in the works right now, especially after yesterday, which is not too far. So the test I want to see is what do we do beyond 2130 on cash? 2130. That's where I want to see where that's going to go, because that's a 3 sigma.
Fari,
using sigma levels allows you to stay with normal human behavior, because just the standard deviation is part of human behavior. If you look at it that way, it keeps you out of trouble. That's all.
Sorry, I lied. We want to get one more from you. Rob Hood in the chat is asking for your thoughts on ZTS. So we're looking here at Zotis. I don't think you cover this one, but you can always do sigmas for us. We're looking at Zebra, Tango, and S.
Zebra, Tango, Foxtrot?
No,
Zebra,
S is in Simon.
Zebra, Tango, Sandy.
Oh, Sierra.
S is
S. Sierra. Taylor, you got to get your phonetic alphabet down.
There you go.
All right. Oh. All right, here, I got it. Okay. So it's trading at 46.90, right? Yeah, it's very tight. First of all, it's new, so we don't have any monthly charts. There's some, monthly signals. Weeklies are good. It's positive. I mean, the weeklies are on gradual rise. Volume is not bad, about 4.6 million yesterday. The daily is kind of noisy. So I would say typical growth company, I guess. I don't know what they do. You may want Zoetics Inc. Okay. You may want to be patient enough, buy it and hold it. And I would buy it in 45 area. It's about $2 rich for my blood. I would buy about 45 area, and then I get the certificate from the broker, put it in a shoebox, and hide the shoebox. You don't want to be trading this.
One more quick one from the chat, if we've got 30 seconds. John J is asking about U.S. Steel, which is symbol X. X is an X-ray.
Right, X is X-ray, bravo. Okay. Not bored, totally bored. Forget it. It's got a little upswing to it. The stock is too little. I would not trade $24 stock, especially as an option play. It's at 2 sigma. The weekly is flat, absolutely flat. It had a hard time earlier. If you go back in last fall, fourth quarter 2014, it had a pretty good sell. It came down, and now it's flat. I don't know, are they active in exports or not, but obviously dollar is not helping. But the last 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 weeks or so, at least until from February 1st, it's flat. It's dead money. Why do you want to touch it?
Don't really
Murray, it has to move. How are we going to make money if it doesn't move?
All right, Fari. Well, we're going to have to cut you off there and wrap it up here. Thank you for the input this morning. Appreciate you giving us your time, giving us your outlook and all that. I hope you have a great Wednesday, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Fari.
Dennis, my man.